Hi, in this video we're going to see some of the most common problems with the headers and how to fix them so your file uploads and analyzes correctly. So first of all, let's look at how the headers should be in the correct format. This is what we need. Headers in row 1, starting from column A, in one row only. This is the correct format for the header. The data is below and can have different forms. You can have empty columns, you can have full columns, you can have partial columns, but the headers should all have something and should be all in row 1. So some of the most common problems we see, empty headers. So if you have empty headers, make sure that we put something there so it works. Same thing if you have merged headers. So we need to unmerge it and then use that to put some kind of content that is going to serve as header. So now everything will work perfectly. If you have content above the headers, very common as well, some kind of personal notes, reference to the table, you need to delete it. It's not enough to just delete the content like this. You need to delete the rows entirely. Again, the header should start in A1. Same thing if we have content on the side. So the header looks fine, but what we see is that there looks here to appear as an empty header. So make sure that if you have this kind of situation, you delete this content so there's nothing on the side to the right. Or below, if you have other kind of content, secondary tables, some kind of notes, whatever formulas and so on and so forth below, you need to delete them. Not entirely, just delete the content so there's nothing in there. Let's go now to the filtered columns. If you have active filters, it's okay to have filters, but if you have them active, selected something, everything needs to be displayed. So again, we need to go back to the figure that we had in the beginning, where we have one single row for the headers, and then the data is plain and simple to read. Something very similar if you have hidden columns. You need to select, unhide, and basically now it's fine and we can continue. Another problem when you have sub-headers or grand total rows. So we need to delete these rows entirely and just stay with the data clean as we had it in the first example. And then finally, one very common issue we see is when people have complex headers with 2 or sometimes 3, 4 rows of text. So we need to convert this into a single line. And the way we do that will work very well is if we just take this out and just merge it with the previous one to the row below. So in this case, what we're going to see is this is H1 sub A, H1 sub B, H1 sub C, and now we're going to do the same, but for H2. So if we do this for the rest of the file, and then delete the row here, so I'm just going to do it here just to show you how it works. And then finally like this. Now we can delete the top row. And now you can see that we have one single line and that combines and we understand what each thing is and related to the first and the second row we had before. These are the most common problems and how to fix them. If you still see that you have trouble uploading or analyzing a file or having issues or questions about the format, send it over to us and we'll try to help you fixing it. Support at Drumroll AI. Our team is ready to help you. Thank you.